Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. We have invited you all today to give you and provide you updates for a case that began in June of 2022. This case involves 7 victims of sexual assault. These are violent attacks that do not have any place in our society today. And one of these victims of this sexual assault is still unknown to us. That's kind of why we gather you here today, to try to help us identify this missing victim. We're very concerned with her welfare, and we're hoping that the community out there might be able to provide us a little bit of information on who this person is, so that we can ensure that, the amount of justice is brought to this case. We'll also be providing photos and a media advisory through emails in the conclusion of this conference. Today, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell is here. She'll be able to provide some statements on this case, as well as Interim Police Chief Michael Sullivan. Lastly, Commander Ed DeCastro will be given some case information, and will also be able to provide some question and answers. And again, at the conclusion, I'll be able to provide some of the photographic evidence that we would like to push out to the community through email, which is also provided in the bulletin that was provided as you came into this conference. Rachel?
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out today so that the public can be made aware of this investigation and we can get the information out to them. I want to thank the Phoenix Police Department for their exceptional investigation in this case. Obviously, people are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but at this point, this is the status of the case. On April 18th, a grand jury indicted 25-year-old Tyler James Munguia of Phoenix on 59 felony counts. Most of them are dangerous felonies. These 59 counts include 38 counts of sexual assault, 6 counts of kidnapping, 6 counts of aggravated assault, and 9 counts of sexual abuse. A total of 6 victims are identified in the indictment. Although this is a pending case which limits what I can talk about, I can tell you that these are violent crimes that have been perpetrated against these victims. The dates of the crimes span across 8 months, starting in October of 2021, with more alleged criminal activity in March, April, May, and June of 2022. The defendant has been in custody at the Maricopa County Jail since June of 2022, and as with other cases, my office has been working closely with the Phoenix Police Department and will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. I particularly want to thank Rachel Mitchell and the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, for the partnership in this investigation and every investigation. One of the key components of police work is something that I say all the time. It's about providing justice to victims. And that's just what our detectives are doing in this case and have done in this case. And I have to commend the detectives, the supervisors, the analysts, and the laboratory staff that worked on this case, because this was a case that took hours and hours and took us across the country to be able to locate victims. And it was only through the relentless work of the Phoenix Police Department detectives and supervisors and analysts and lab personnel that we were able to identify these victims. It just so happens that this week is National Crime Victims Week. And, what a better way to mark this week than show through the dedication of what we have with the detectives here at the Phoenix Police Department and all the members of the Phoenix Police Department. Even with all that work that's been done, this case is not over. We need your help. We're going to talk about it in just a few minutes. We believe that there could potentially be another victim out there that we need the public's help to identify. I also want to thank Lieutenant Fields for your work and your leadership with your team and making sure that we got to this point in this case. And it was only through your leadership and yours too, Commander DeCastro. Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to Commander DeCastro to answer some questions.
Thank you all. I want to start by first thanking the outstanding, incredible work that was done by the detectives, the crime analyst, the lab, and the supervisors, as Chief Sullivan said. The amount of work that went into this investigation and putting all the pieces together is astounding. So I really, truly do thank you guys for the amount of work that you put in, because it is bringing closure to a lot of victims out there. One of the things that we do at the Family Investigations Bureau is we are very victim-centric, and we try to have a multidisciplinary approach to dealing with victims of these types of crimes. So they do an incredible job of really focusing in on the victim's care, resources, and what we can do to help them get through this incredible time that they're going through. So again, I commend all of them as well as everybody else in the Bureau, because they do an outstanding job. So the one thing that I wanted to say, as Chief Sullivan stated earlier, we have a 7th victim that we want to make sure that she's okay, and we want to check welfare on her. The only thing that we have on her at this point, and you all will receive or have received the bulletin, are 2 necklaces that she's wearing. One that says Angel, and another one that has a charm or pendant ring type style on it. She is a white or Hispanic female, approximately 18 to 22 years old, and she has red or auburn hair. However, that could be a wig, so it could be anything, but that's what it looks like. If anybody has any information on who she is, we really want to make sure that she's okay, get her resources, and find out what her story is. Please call Silent Witness, 480-WITNESS, to let us know so that we can contact her. If there are other victims that we don't know about, please call Crime Stop so that we can contact you and get your story, and again, bring some closure to you as well.